All right. Welcome to week 6. The recaps for the Rebbrl Miners. Let's see. So what do we got here? Let's go ahead and look at. We'll pull up our prediction sheet for Miners because we're doing, and then let's take a look at. I guess we'll take a look at Americas. So week 6. First game we had was Dark Delves Rising versus the Dope Deer of Sigmarsheim. Let me just double check my levels. Looks good there. Okay, great. So we had, what did we have? So it came out a 2-2 draw, it looks like. They started out pretty even TV. Wow, a lot of people out on the Dark Elves side. They were down to 5 players by the end of the match. And yet, even with that, the Lead Pipe was only able to keep it to a draw. So well done, Open Eye. That's quite the achievement. Keeping it even with that number of players. It looks like, geez, just so many armor breaks on the elves, and really none on the Bretts. Even relative to the number of blocks, like that's pretty amazing. It does look like Open Eye didn't take any real significant damage. Has a few people out next game, but shouldn't be in too bad shape. Unfortunately for Lead Pipe, he also did not pick up really any significant levels, so sort of a bit of a nothing as far as actual future changes as a result of that. So we also had Goddesses and Serial Slayer. So Valea, who has been top of the leaderboards, and Big A, who was the college champ last season. Goddess took, again, a lot of casualties. It looks like the Bob didn't get anything except the MVP, but picked up a level off of that. 2 Kaz on a Blitzer. So the other Kaz must have all been the Amazons dodging, I guess. Floor was the real killer, or maybe some fouls. I see expulsions on both sides, and yet Valea managed to keep it 2-1. So pretty even number of blocks. I don't know. It's actually more or less what you'd expect for armor breaks. But it looks like Big A just was not able to move the ball sufficiently down the field during his possessions. Pipe's been having a real having some struggles the last few games. I think it's beginning to wear. The salt is real. Hopefully he can get his head back in the game before his next match. So how do we? It looks like we didn't predict that game, probably because it had already happened. Let's see. So up next, so Skull Raisers and Big Flexin. My illustrious co-caster who is off vacationing somewhere. Looks like Skull Raisers did a whole lot of blocking with not too much effect, and the Big A was able to close it out with one TD on Zooms, who picked up another level. So that's quite nice. And then Charles the First, the the longest surviving lineman on the field is picked up another level. I don't know what he gets. Block. Oh no, he wouldn't get block. He's already got wrestle. Maybe tackle. If he doesn't roll doubles, but I guess we'll see. We'll see coming up. On the other hand, the Skull Razor has got the MVP on a white is pretty solid, but no levels coming out of that. We had... Looks like we didn't predict that one either. Probably happened. That one was, I think, also an early game in the week. And then myself and Zon fishing. So this was pretty back and forth, but I just was not able to keep the Zons down. They did do some damage to me, only in the form of badly hurts. And my dirty player leveled up, which is of moderate usefulness, but he rolled doubles, so I ended up giving him guard. So I'm going to be very undecided on whether to actually foul with him come future games. But I just couldn't pass up more guard on this team, honestly. I might just have to pick up dirty player on someone else just to have more. There's someone I'm willing to foul with more aggressively. But yeah, I mean, I took a bunch of armor breaks, and we were both armor 7. It's not unexpected, but the rolls just didn't go my way, and I was not able to pick up the score. And again, that did not get. There was no prediction on that one. And then the last one in Americas is Super Jail and the Natural Icemen. So Natural Icemen picking up a 3-1 victory, really putting their foot to the putting the pedal to the metal there. Super Jail was coming off a really rough-looking previous game. Loners, it looks like he bought a blitzer with his. He must have hired a Merc blitzer there to have that loner blitz mighty blow lineman. Yeah, right. It would be nice to drop skills, but yeah. So a lot of loners going into that game. Got to do the Norse through all the blocks they wanted. Did not really break a lot of armor. It looks like got armor broken, but no casualties, or at least not significant casualties. One berserker, but not their Palmer. Did take a lot of KOs, but must not have kept them down. It looks like he, like Fu, really just moved the ball up the field. Yeah, I mean 62% possession is really all you need. If you can keep that going, keep the your opponent from holding the ball, not much you can do about the points at that point. Fu also got some levels out of that, so the Yeti leveled up with an MVP, so that's great. I would expect to see a Mighty Blow on there ASAP, and then a runner level up on the strength up runner. Probably depends on what he rolls. Yeah, could just do dodge to keep it up, keep the runner up and feeling healthy. Yeah, so that is it for Americas. We're moving right through because that's what we do these days. So Natural Iceman did take that game. So now we are moving on to the mixed division, and we've got Major on the phone, or at least not on the phone. Negative fan factor. Yeah, I think if you lose the game, then there's a chance your fan factor goes down. I don't really know I don't know the details. Let's see. So the first round was Blizzard Lizards and It's a Lot of Lizards, both right at the top of the leaderboards in the mixed division. Oof, that's brutal. Blizzard Lizards lost their Crocs that game, and then had some folks badly, some skinks out just for the next, and yet did not manage to close it out. I guess the loner skinks are probably not that reliable as far as ball carriers go. But yeah, well played for the Blizzard Lizards. They despite having all the Cavs fall their way, they kept the game close. Both had -1 fan factor in this one, so I guess it's not about winning. Maybe just draw it. Maybe if you don't win, there's a chance to lose fan factor. No level ups on either team, so not much to say there. Orc and Beans and the Magical Misery Tour. So here it looks like we lost zombie got niggled. Another zombie got the so it was a 2-0 for Orc and Beans. So Slow Rider really looks like making some nice moves. Oh yeah, again, really high possession for the Orcs and almost nothing on the Necro. So that is not. Oh yeah. No, that's definitely just the adjusted fan factor, winnings and fan factor. That's the post game adjustment. I don't think you can go below 0 fan factor total. Yeah, what do we have here? So the Orcs threw, holy smoke, 63 blocks, and they didn't even have Frenzy to mass up the numbers. So Tull must really just have been basing pretty aggressively the whole game to get that many, to give the Orcs that many blocks, and the Orcs just took advantage. 14 armor breaks is really, even if they're not KOs, they're at least stuns. And when you start putting that many people on the ground, it's just hard to do anything about it. So 2 Kaz, 1 on the Troll, which did not level up, 1 on a Blitzer, which did not level up. That Blitzer also got 2 touchdowns and an interception. Ooh, interception probably sealed one of the points, I would guess. But that is a whole lot of the SPP on that one piece. And then a Goblin, who you really don't want the MVP to go on, frankly. But yeah, no level ups there. No level ups on Misery Tour. I imagine the zombie's going to be fired. Not sure you keep a zombie with a niggle. They come back, given your Necro. But yeah, that's not much else there. Yeah, here we go. Skullbash to Wild Skullbashers and our own Major Reisman and the Deaderpool Reds. 0-0 outcome. Major keeping the ball good chunk of the time. Skullbashers just could not hold on to it. He must have made some nice steals there, Major. Especially given that you only had about 2/3 the set amount of blocks. And just a ton of armor breaks. Man, your team must have been on the ground most of the game. So with that level of armor breaks and KOs, I color me impressed that you kept it even. The whiz, yeah, the whiz that always helps. Looks like a lineman, Orc Lino got niggled, and no level ups for Torlar. And then a zombie with an Agi bust. Don't really care about that. And otherwise, no real progression on the deader pools either. So not the kind of game you really want to see this late in the season. You'd love to either have some progression or pick up some points for the for the playoff race. That's what I'm talking about. All right, we're coming down to the wire here. Oh, I haven't been recording any of these. Let's see. What did we got? Blizzard Lizards. We had Itza over Blizzard. Did not get that correct. We had Orkin Beans over Misery Tour. We had Skull Bashes over Deaderpool. Okay, there we go. Up to date. So Massacre and versus Fovisk, the Midnight Special. Oh, this was a... That's right. This Fovisk noped out of the league right before the match. So Massacre did not get his game that week, but does get some juicy double MVPs on a catcher, which is not bad, and the Ogre for a level up. That's what you like to see. And a touchdown on his other catcher, so putting it not quite in MVP range, but touchdown and an MVP would do it. Hey, Valea. There we go. So yeah, and then Manhack and the House of Windsor. So House of Windsor is the top of the league and stayed that way after week 6. It's got picked up a 2-1 win over Manhack. Again, a lot of possession on the side of the winning team, as you might expect. Probably a 2-1 grind would be my guess here, with the number of turns, the number of possession. Anyway, 2 passes for 24 meters. So it looks like Manhack was not just throwing vanity passes, but actually throwing for effect. And indeed, it was the thrower with strong arm and accurate, getting those completions. I would guess to at least Halbarad on the one hand. Movement bust on Boromir is a little bit unfortunate, but I think you certainly keep him due to the guard that he already has. And then MVP going to alignment is not wild, not wild about generally. But if he rolls some good stuff, wouldn't pick up block. Certainly take guard if you get the doubles. Take tackle maybe if you don't. And then on Cobbs' side, no relevant injuries and really no relevant level ups either. Princess Philippa is looking very close to another level. One more touchdown next game and she'll have it. It was very, very nice getting the MVP on the Witch Elf. Certainly if you're Cobbs, you'll love to see that. So we did say that was House of Windsor over Manhack. And yeah, that wraps it up for our predictions this week, and for this week's games. So let's take a look. What do we got coming up week 7? So probably none of the level ups will have been rolled, except for Valia and Lofty, who just played their game. But we can at least look at where teams are here. So Itza is going to get a bye week because Fovisk is out. So then we got the Wild Skull Bashers and Men of the West. What are you doing? Why am I in scroll mode? Mouse, what are you doing? Oh, there we go. Okay. The hazards of having 2 mice on the desk. Sometimes you bump one of them. Oops, that's the wrong thing. All right. So what are we looking at? Skull Bashes is at 16. Men of the West will be at 15:30. So we will see. We will see 70 in inducements. I would expect maybe a Babe, but I don't think Manhack will likely scum. And in fact, that'll be less. It'll only be like 10 in inducements if Skull Bashes just spends down the cash that he has on hand. which seems likely. I think he's got a good bench already. Maybe probably just fire Marbad, pick up a new lineman. That spends you 50 of it with no change in TV. Oh no, that would bring him up 50 TV. So, oh, that's rough. That is rough, Major. Yeah, Manhack has some serious levels. It is intense. He's raked in the SPP over the last 2 seasons. Anyhow, Manhack, how does his TV only, like, my TV is like this, and I don't have nearly the levels on my guys. Clearly his guys are just cheaper than mine. I don't know. Yeah, that's... Anyhow, what do we got? So, Manhack has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So he'll have 12 next time. Ooh, Agi and a movement bust. Boromir really does not want to be moving anywhere. So, looking at this, we've got the Wild Skull Bashes are really, I mean, their game is all about removals. They've got the Dirty Player, they've got the Double Palmers, they've got 3 guard. Manhack has 4 guard, a good chunk of block, and a little bit of wrestle. I guess 3 guard this game because Boromir is out. Only the one Palmer. The thrower and pair of catchers should make for good scoring threats pretty easily. But these teams are actually pretty well matched, I would say. Certainly, the Skull Bashes have the strength advantage, given that they've got the Troll and 4 Bobs. Manhack has a bit of the speed advantage with the 2 catchers. And then the Blitzers, I mean, really just all of his pieces are just that, like, 1 notch faster than the Orcs. I think this could easily go either way. It really depends on how the dice fall. I do think that in the absence of knowing any dice, I'm gonna lean towards Manhack in this one. Let's see. So we got the Wild Skull Bashes. I'm going to say Man of the West is going to take this one in week 7. All right. So then Orc and Beans and House of Windsor. Orc and Beans is going to have a good chunk. Probably could see a wizard and a babe. Maybe a wizard and 2 babes, maybe. Although maybe you don't take babes on this, I think. Maybe wizard and a bribe. Just to help you keep that numbers advantage. Cobbs does have a full line of elves. He's not going to have any loners. That is a whole lot of guard on the orc side. 3 Bobs that are block guard. A guard blitzer, guard troll. That is a pretty, like, it's going to be hard for Cobbs to really do much in the way of blocking against that team, which is, I guess, what you'd expect in an orc-elf matchup. So it's really going to be a question of, can he screen to slow them down and then do elf BS to get up the field. That said, Cobbs just has such the winning record. I think the smart money is on the I think the smart money has got to be on the orcs, on the elves on this side, on this in this match. Hopefully this game hasn't been played already and is showing me up. But alright, Blizzard Lizards and the Emperor's Chosen. So we've got Massacre coming in at a 50 TV advantage, plus money in the bank. The Saurus, so we've got a lot of slow Saurus. They're all block Saurus. 2 guard. Massacre only has the 1 guard. 1 Palm Blitzer. And a Strength Up Blitzer. The double Agi Skink is the double Agi Niggled Skink is still alive. Matt Major, your division is failing on their skink killing duties. You have rank. You should whip him into shape. But yeah, this diving tackle skink, 2 sidesteps. This lizard team is really just, I think, has the stuff it needs to put the moves down and put the ball in the end zone. Massacre does have 3 catchers and an accurate thrower, an accurate movement up thrower. So that is another easy. He also has the tools to get the ball down the field. I don't know. They've got the Crocs. I feel like I gotta give this one to the Lizards. They just seem slightly better equipped. I guess no tackle. Well, 1 tackle Saurus. So the catchers, it's gonna be hard to knock the catchers over. But Massacre only has 1 tackle on a Lino, who would be easy to finish off. Yeah, I think I gotta give the tip to the Lizards on this one. I just feel like their skill and team setup is likely to be a little bit strong. Although Massacre he has a lot more bench than the Lizards do. So if he gets the removals rolling, he could be fine. And he can stand to take a few removals himself. And then the last one is Magical Misery Tour and Deader Pool Reds. Both teams looking a little worse for wear. Down some zombies and a ghoul. What do we got here, skill-wise? Well, first of all, so the TV difference is going to be 90 with the, looks like the bench 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 versus 4, 7, 11. So a little bit of a bench advantage to Tull. Deadpool's got a little bit of extra guard. One of it's on the skeleton, which is not super helpful. Homies both have Mighty Blow. So I think the advantage here on the Necro side is just the mobility of the wolves. But I don't think they really have good targets for Claw because you don't want to put them up against the mummies. Although the mummies don't have block, so you could see some snipes on mummies potentially going there. Necro doesn't really have any dodge to speak of. They only have the one ghoul, so it's gonna be hard to score. On the other hand, for the undead, they're down there. You're down your Agi school majors, so Agi ghoul. So you've really just got some vanilla ghouls, except your ball carrier. I feel like Magical Misery Tour has a slight edge here, but it feels pretty hard to call it up, honestly. Oops. Yeah, I think I am gonna give the edge to Magical Misery Tour here. So prove me wrong, Major. I think is what I'm saying. All right, and then moving on to my division. So we've got Skull Raisers and Dark Elves Rising, who I believe are not really in the. They're not really in the running. Skull Raisers have about 100 TV over. Dark Elves are missing one of their movement up blitzers and a guard lino. So they are down. They will be taking a loner, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, they'll be taking a loner. They do still have the double movement. Have Always in Lodi, who is always a scoring threat, basically no matter where it is on the field. And then Heldrum has a bunch of ghouls. Only tackle on 2 pieces. I think I'm feeling good about Dark Elves Rising here, just from the perspective of him being the faster elf team. I do think, wow, Coffin Crawler has a lot of SPP, especially for a ghoul. Jeez, I'm a crow. How many? Oh, he said 4 MVPs. No wonder. And 19 games played, so one of the longest lived pieces on the team. I don't know, maybe I'm rethinking this. Heldrum has enough to sort of flood the zone. But the mummies, like, how do you... I feel like OpenEye just does not let the mummies do anything. It's too easy for them to get out of the way. Yeah, I think I give this to OpenEye. Dark Elves Rising, that's what they're called. Goddess and Zon Fishing just finished, so I'm not going to try and call them. Dope Deer and Super Jail. We've got quite even TVs. Oh my god, Super Jail's team is just so broken. Look at all those niggles. And it just feels very spread out. Like, I guess he's got block on everything, but other than that, not a lot of skills going on. On the other hand, DDoS has both two dirty players, only one guard. No, sorry, two guard. The blocker, a tackle blocker, and a mighty blow blocker. Tackle is not really relevant here. There's no dodge on that side. It is relevant the other way. These blitzers are going to be hard men to knock over for the orcs. And the Dauntless, I expect them to be bellying up to the bobs with relative frequency. I think I like this one for... Oh, that is a lot of money in the bank. Jeez. Super Joe, you gotta spend it. You gotta spend it. Because you, well, first of all, buy a stadium. But also, like, you're giving up so many inducements here. I mean, that's like 140 in inducements right there. You sell those and you've more, I mean, you don't quite have a wizard, but you've got nearly a wizard. Anyway, the way these teams are shaped up, I think DDoS has this. I think Super Jail has been struggling this season. I do not think he has won a game yet. Alright, so then we've got Serial Slayers and the Natural Icemen. Fu is up right in the top. He's third, and in fact, with the with Lofty losing, oops, that's the wrong sort. With Lofty losing that last game, the Icemen have edged out Zon Fishing in the projected point totals. On the other hand, the Serial Slayers are low. So this is really Big A is going to be playing for not for a position, but for progression and bragging rights. That said, what are we looking at? So we've got still have all block on Fu's team. The runner took dodge. The Agi lineman has sure hand, so that's a nice solid ball carrier there. Guard, tackle, and dirty player. 3 tackle pieces. Not that that matters that much against the orcs. Mighty blow on the Yeti, as I expected. Mighty blow guard on an Ulf, and mighty blow piling on one of the Zerkers. So Fu really has a lot of kill potential if he can break armor. On the other hand, Big A has a good chunk of guard, four pieces with guard. He's got block on all of his important pieces at this point. Does have the niggle on on John Wayne Gacy. That's yeah. I think I gotta lean on record here, and I'm gonna give the Natural Iceman. I'm gonna go with Serial Slayers running into a bit of a struggle on that. And then the last match. So it's myself and Moose once he gets back from his vacation. And I am looking at, well, I'm going to be throwing down a stadium. I don't think I have any level ups left to do. Yep, we see my guard dirty player lineman. Useful pair of skills right there. And then on the other hand, Moose also has 4 guard. Has the Agi up thrower. just a pair of, well, three pieces with tackle, or with dodge. I've got 2 tacklers, so that should be okay. I think in short, I'm feeling pretty good about this match. Like, I've got my Yeti to square off with the Ogre if it needs to, and it's got Claw to bust heads. And I think I more or less match up evenly with most of his other pieces. So, I mean, it's going to come down to coach skill, and Moose did make it to playoffs last season, so I think there's certainly an argument there, but and he will get a wizard, probably. So that's going to be a factor as well. But he's not here, and I am here, so I'm going to... I think I can take it, and... Nope, that's the wrong way. Keyboard is betraying me. Ugh. Apparently I'm tired. Forgetting the name of my own team. But yeah, that's that will be happening late in the week, in the rollover week, Monday or Tuesday night. We'll be playing that game. So we shall see. We shall see. But I have high hopes for that game. And then I want to take a quick look at the playoff chase. So yeah, looks like America's A. I think we can pretty confidently. I am confident predicting that Goddess will be one of our playoff seeds. And then King Fu is looking quite good for the next slot. I think Zon Fishing and King Fu could they're both. They certainly both have a shot. And then if Moose wins against me, I think he's got he is also a pretty reasonable contender. If I win against him, I think I'm less. I still have a lot of work to do. On the other hand, I do have a chance to play. Of Leia, I don't think you are. Let's see. Are you? You have 19 and high cutoff. Yeah, you are clinched. You're right. The only people that can match your scores are Fu and Moose, and you would beat unless Moose comes in with like an astounding number of touchdowns in the last 3 games. He would beat you on touchdown diff, probably. I don't know. I would say there's a very small outside chance that you are not in. Unless, let's see, I guess that's the other question is, do Moose and Fu play later this season? Natural Iceman and Skull Raisers, Natural Iceman and me. No. Yeah, so they could, in theory, both win all their games, at which point it would be 21-19-19, and if you lost hard enough and they won hard enough, then they could knock you off the top spot. Seems quite unlikely. Moving down to EUA, because I don't know if that... I'm here, I may as well talk about it. High Barnet Raiders and LeFleur look like they're probably shoo-ins at this point. Neither of them have clinched it but there's only a few people in the division that can challenge them. I mean, look at this, like the bottom 2/3 of the division can't possibly get higher than LeFleur, and really there's only a few people that can. Down in EUB, Jeanne d'Arc fanboys did win their game just now, I believe. I think I put that in the sheet. Yeah. No. I didn't put it in the sheet. We have breaking news. Breaking news. I put Goddess's on fishing. What? I thought I put... I'm confused. Hibernian Raiders and... Alright. Let's update the schedule. Minors, no, home. Latest matches. Claw Bomb and Le Fleur. Yeah, I did that. Okay, that's annoying. Skull Bashes and Deadpool Reds. Men of the West and House of Windsor. This is terrible now. I can't even. High Barnet Raiders and Le Fleur in week 7. And Jeanne d'Arc over Obsidian. Oh, that was week 6? Or was that week 7? That was week 7. I think. Okay, anyhow, that's already been played. There we go. There. Now the points actually look right. Anywho. Yeah, Valet, 1 draw. If you get 1 draw, you're in. Yeah, so Jeanne d'Arc's Fanboys has a little bit of an edge. They're up with just a couple of points, and have only 2 games left to play. On the other hand, Noobtown Smashers and Noobtown Smashers has also played their round. So yeah, it looks, I would say Jeanne d'Arc is probably in, but Ulfgangers and perhaps Pepticotes could sneak in over Noobtown Smashers. I guess Patchy Pack. Really, it's a pretty tight dib here. But so it could really go down to what happens later in the round. And then in the mixed division, so Cobb's House of Windsor is up just slightly. It looks, yeah, so current actual confirmed standings, it looks like, oops, God, I am all over the place. 14. I'm missing data again. Dang it. It's the problem with having a secondary sheet. It's always wrong. Nope. Okay. Sort A to Z. No. Oh, I see. Right. Okay. Blizzard Lizards, and It's a Lot of Lizards, had a 0-0 game. Oh, I'm looking for House of Windsor. Man of the West. Oh, jeez, and crow. I'm sure this is just what you guys tuned in for, is to watch me futz around with spreadsheets. But anyhow, okay, so right, we had Men of the West, went down by 1 point, 1 relative point to House of Windsor. That should put our mixed division scores back into line with reality, I believe. Everyone should have played at least 6 games. Yeah, okay. Good. Wait. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so that puts House of Windsor up, and they have, it looks like, an easier schedule coming out of the rest of the compared to, wait, it says at 11. Itza's got the bye this week. That's why my points are. So yeah, but like we were saying earlier, if Massacre wait, you must have one more match before we play Valleja. Because I've got Moose next. Oh, but you just played your week 7. That's right. Yep. I just gotta bring the beat down hard in week 8 is what we're really talking about. But on the other hand, I also want to win in week 7. So if I win in week 7, then you're in because Moose will not be in. Oh no, it's Natural Iceman and Zon Fishing. That's fine. I want to win in week 9 against Natural Iceman. That's really what it comes down to. But yeah, so mixed division, I think House of Windsor is a shoo-in, and then either of the Lizards are dead in a dead heat, and Massacre is coming right up behind. So this, yeah, like Major, like you've been saying, this week's game between Massacre and the Blizzard Lizards is going to be make or break for the leaderboard here, I think. If the Blizzard Lizards take it, I think they've got a good chance at being the number 2 seed. So that's where we're at. That's the games we've got coming up and where we are looking in the playoff hunt. I look forward to seeing the results out of this next week. We've only got 3 weeks left, guys. So close. 14, 14, 14, 12, top 4. It could. Although that would require Cobbs to lose both of his remaining games. And Itza to lose them? Is that actually possible? No. It can't be. It can't, Major, because they play each other in week 8. So one of the 2 of them will be more than 14. This week. Yeah. Yep. No, it can't be. Oh yeah, if Emperor's chosen. If Massacre wins. Yep, absolutely. Exciting times indeed. Anyhow, I am going to sign off. I know it's been a shorter one. When I don't have folks to kibitz with, I just tend to blaze right through. But thanks for coming out, and I'll see some of you on the pitch. Well, maybe not some of you. I don't think. In fact, I know I won't see you guys on the pitch this week because Moose is not in the audience. But Moose, I'm coming for you whenever you get a chance to watch this. All right. Take care, folks.